His next words say, barbarian, Scythian, slave, nor free. The barbarian is an uncultured person. In comparison to others, he is uncivilized, unpolished, and looked at as contemptible. In the world at large, such a person would be considered less notable. But in Christ, all are on the same level. The word barbarian comes from the sound. Barbar. And so it's the sound, when you listen to somebody that speaks another language and you haven't tuned into that language yet, it just sounds like gibberish. And so they would call barbarians barbar. They're people from out in the country. And anyway, okay, and I'll give you another example. It wasn't this morning, it was yesterday, I believe. Okay, I'm going to read this again. I'm going to give you another example. In comparison to others, he is uncivilized, unpolished, and looked at as contemptible. Now remember that when I tell you this next story. I was at 7-Eleven yesterday. I'm sure it was yesterday, not 2 days ago. I was doing my regular thing. I've got no shoes on. I've got my old ripped up pants and my Anna shirt that's got holes in it. I'm not wearing a tuxedo to pick up cigarette butts, okay? So I'm out there and I'm picking them up. It's cold. And so my hair hasn't been brushed. So I obviously looked like a homeless guy. I actually had, it happened a couple years ago. It happened this week, last week. I was picking up the cigarette butts and somebody handed me some cigarettes and said, here. I said, no, I'm picking them up. I'm cleaning. They thought I was looking for something to smoke. So I said, I appreciate it, but I don't smoke. But this guy came up and he saw me picking up all this junk out there. And he went into the store and he said, what's that homeless guy doing out there? True story. And so I walked in to get the mat to shake it off outside. And she's in there telling him about, oh, he's a preacher. She said, yeah, he's got a video. And she's writing down the name of the video in there. And he walked up and he said, I was absolutely sure that I had seen a true homeless man. And that's what he pointed right at me like that. And so there you go. Think of those words again.
You're a decoy.
He is uncivilized, unpolished, and looked at as contemptible. So people make value judgments based on how you look and what you're doing. And in the end, you know, I mean, yes, she does. She makes value judgments also. Okay, in the world at large, such a person would be considered less notable, but not in Christ. All are on the same level. Okay, so there you go. I was out there and I was in the mall, not at 7-Eleven. This is also this morning, and they were pressure washing the place. And I'm walking along with my yellow bucket, you know, and nobody knows what the bucket's for. That's to pick up garbage to put in there. So anyway, and the guy, he turns around with this pressure washer and he sees me. He goes, oh my goodness. I said, that's okay. I said, I'm just to get the garbage. And he was like, oh, he's not here to kill me or something. So I was taking out the garbage and he was waiting while I was doing that. And then we started talking and he said, how long have you done this? I said, about 30 years now. And he said, that's unreal. And we were just talking. And finally I said, I just do this to keep my girlish figure. I said, I'm actually a pastor. Oh, he lit up like a candle. He's a Christian kid. He loves the Lord. What's your church? And blah, 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 blah. Oh, it was great. So all in Christ are on the same level. Could be a pastor in a church that picks up garbage, or it could be somebody that is pressure washing. That person is on the same standing as everybody else. Don't make value judgments based on how somebody looks or the low job they seem to be doing. Burke.
That Scythian.
Yeah.
I had a friend that we joked to each other that you're a Scythian, whatever.
Right.
And I read about them. They're just like you described this.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're bad.
Absolutely.
They're really bad.
Scythians. I wonder if I talk about them. I don't know if I do, but we'll find out in a minute. But yeah. Yeah, there it is. A person would be, yes. Okay, this is the only time the Scythian is noted in the New Testament. They were those people who lived on the north and northeast coast of the Black and Caspian Seas. The region extended well into Asia. It included the lands of the Mongols and Turks of our more modern age. They were considered a savage people and were uncivilized and ferocious. However, even such seeming enemies of the cultured areas of Paul's evangelism were to be considered on the same level as if they were in Christ. If they are Christians, they are on the same level as everybody else.